Welcome to another gorgeous day, another day of Did You Know, where intriguing, inspiring, unique individuals come to talk love and life. We brought them all the way to where they are today. And I got a good story here with Allie. I read your bio and I was like, who is she? Oh my gosh, this is the sweetest hearted woman I've ever met. So, Allie, before we get to it, please tell the world a little bit about who you are.
Thanks so much, Danny. Well, first of all, my name's Allie, and I come from Northern California originally. But then I moved to Tennessee about 3 years ago. I recorded my first album in memory of my grandpa. I used to be his caregiver, so that was kind of what catapulted me on this journey. There was, a lot of kind of sadness when I first started my career, but it actually kind of catapulted me in that direction because it gave me that fearlessness, and it was like, hey, there's the courage, there's the purpose, and I've just been doing it ever since. So I've been really grateful. But yeah, I always miss my grandpa, but I'm really grateful that that experience ended me here and got me to Tennessee, my biggest dream ever. I can't even believe that I live this life sometimes because I know that I've always dreamt of it. But to see it actually come to fruition and be able to be here in Nashville and stuff and like do the music stuff, it's really kind of crazy. But hey, that's God, right?
Don't question it.
Yeah.
You'll search if you question it. But I gotta go back a little bit. Did you always have this like passion to be a singer or a drive since you're little, or did it just happen?
Well, it's funny because when I was a little kid, I would always try to perform in front of everybody and like be like, okay, guys, you guys sit down. I'm gonna play a song now, and like I'd sing and dance and like put on this really big show, and as much as I could. So I always had it in my blood. But the problem was when I got older, we go through these weird phases, and I started getting like made fun of at school, and it really messed with my confidence. And I had some weird stuff going on at home, and I just like was too scared. I always had it in me. I always wrote songs. I wrote poetry, and I was kind of working with other like rappers and people that would give me confidence to put my voice out there without me having to do it. And then it wasn't until like I bought my first guitar, and people would always tell me, you're supposed to be a singer, when my friends and stuff who would like spend the night, or because I would like hum or do something, and then they'd be like, wait, what the heck? What was that? Can you do it again? You know what I mean? And so that kind of did, over having those kinds of experiences over the years, that also helped get my confidence back, because I was like, well, wait, would they really record me singing if they hated it? I mean, right. You know what I mean? Because I think my biggest fear was that if this is my number one passion and then the world hates it, like that's devastating.
I don't know. How did that come up in your mind? I don't know if I'm trying to like take that step, like I definitely, I'm God loving, and I know this is my back, but I'm going to really give it. Not it. That's not one of the things.
Yeah, I don't know. But I just couldn't not do it. So I think that's really. When all you want to do all day, I mean, I couldn't wait. It's like when I got home from school or wherever I was, if I had to work at the time, the first thing I did was I would like lock myself in the bathroom and sing karaoke for like 4 hours. My grandpa's like, well, she's in there again. She's doing singing stuff,
So how did you end up being his caregiver?
Well, my grandma passed away when I was senior year of high school. They were married for 52 years. Like, that's so long, right? Like, man, talk about love. That was a good love story, and we should all strive for that.
Mm-hmm.
But so he wasn't really used to not having a woman around, to cook him dinner and clean and all this jazz. And I had lived in Vegas for a short stint. And when I was going to, he wanted me to come back to California, and I said, I don't know. And he's like, no, I really want you to move in with me. And I could just tell he had sincerity about it. I think they were a little worried because I was living in Vegas. They were like, come back, please. Whatever you do. You know what I mean?
Yes.
He's like, please come back. No, but So, I could tell that he really wanted me there, and that made me feel good. So I was like, okay. And I ended up moving in with him, and we started being the best friends. Like, he didn't need a ton of care when we first started living together. And I was going to college and I was working, but he liked having me around. And I mean, even though sometimes we'd bicker and stuff, but and then
That's life.
yeah, it's like you're not gonna love and be like, oh yay, every single day. But for the most part, we really did. And I mean, I can't believe how our relationship grew over the years. Like, I knew what that guy was thinking, without him even saying it. So it was definitely interesting. And by the time he needed some extra care, I mean, I just would have done anything for him. I mean, I would have anyways. He's my grandpa, but I just, you know what I mean? Like, it just naturally kind of happened. And I'm really grateful for that experience because, I mean, I love that man. He's so funny. He's so courageous and so smart, and he worked really hard. So he was a very good inspiration for me as well. So, yeah.
When I listened to the story, I read it. Well, there's something hard, and I'm hearing about it, and I'm like, and I know you're famous. You talked about it, and I believe that God perfectly places the situation in timeline. We have that, and that maybe the passion and that courage that you talk about, and it comes out when you sing, would not nearly be the same if you have that impactful relationship with your grandfather.
Yeah, I mean, he was so supportive too. Like, when we brought Hospice in, they asked him, "Who's your favorite singer?" And he's like, "You're looking at her." It was cute. I mean, he really liked Frank Sinatra, but I mean, I can take second to him, right? But yeah, he was so sweet. And I think life does that to us, right? Like, I have been through some struggles in my life, and still, of course. I mean, I think if there's no struggle, there's not living. So we're always going to have some kind of persevering that we're trying to do. But I mean, I've been through some really hard ones, and then just, I would say, like, right now, I'm more like trying to character build that rather than going through like the mud as I have in the past. So it's interesting how life kind of ebbs and flows like that, but it definitely builds our character and gives us something to talk about, right? So
yeah, and it's much better when you allow yourself not to like. I'm always like, so sometimes I gotta get you behind the head before I actually like get it, and then I didn't behind the head, that mud. I have learned to evolve myself, and I don't need the mud. I can learn the same lesson a lot quicker because I'm like more open. And my ego doesn't like a lot in my life anymore where it did before. That's all other stuff. But how did you get here now? Like why Nashville? You did rap in your career, and now music, and that's our.
Yeah, so actually, it's so, oh my gosh, I have like such a crazy life, I feel like, but I was going to beauty school of all things. Now, I didn't really think I don't know why I went there. I was in a crisis mode. It was like I was in my early 20s, and I was serving for so many years that I was like, I need to get out of the serving industry. I need a career. It was like almost out of desperation, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. It was just like, hey, I'm going to do hair. Okay, cool. And so I'm going to school, and in beauty school even, everyone's like, you're not supposed to be doing hair. You're supposed to be singing, because we'd have to do foils, and those things would take forever. And so during foils, I'm just singing, forgetting where I'm at because it's so boring. You're just like, okay, it takes hours. We're having to put this stupid stuff on the doll's head, to whatever. And so I ended up buying a guitar. And I brought it home because I was like, well, shoot, everyone at beauty school thinks I should do music. So, and I've always wanted to. So screw it. If they think I should, I'm going to. So that was actually what started me, because I got a guitar, started learning, taking lessons. And the guy, I remember going to him and I was like, I need to learn how to play this. And he's like, why? Like, I think he thought I was old or something. He's like, I don't know about you. Like, you're a little too old now, because I was in my 20s, but I was like, too bad, so sad. Here we are. And I mean, thank God that I just kept going, because it really did. I mean, a lot of my biggest dreams like have come true, and I just kept at it. I just was like, I'm doing it anyways. I might as well actually try to do it. I don't know if that makes any sense, but so yeah, it gave me the confidence. Plus, I mean, the one thing I will say about beauty school is that it is very similar to the music industry because it's an art and it's a business. And so those two have to go hand in hand in music as well. And I think that almost catapulted me and set me up. So even though I thought, well, I just need a career help, it actually gave me some tools that I needed, you know? Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
It's so weird.
It is actually what goes to you that says, like, everything you do is for a way, right? Nobody would think beauty school is going to help you in your career to be a singer. But actually, if you realize everything you can be transferred, skills, figure it out, that's a general way of thinking, actually.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I was kind of, I just thought I was going to do it, you know, and I did work in a salon for a short stint, but it didn't last very long. I still do my mom's hair, though.
I'm like, you can do your hair, you can do actually, like, I need you. I'm looking at my hair. What were you thinking?
No. It's funny. Actually, it has like the opposite effect for me. Like when I first started doing music, especially, like I didn't want to do anything to myself. I think because you have to do so much and you realize like, wow, that everything is so ridiculous. Like people look good because of what they do to themselves. Like it's not, I mean, okay, there's few of you guys who are going to watch that are like, I'm naturally beautiful. Well, good for you. But
yeah.
I'm kidding. It takes a lot of work. I mean, gee. And you just eventually you're like, I'm good. I'm just going to be my natural self. I don't know why it does that, but I almost feel like when you go to beauty school, it actually makes you want to do beauty stuff less. You're like, nah, I don't feel like it.
It's hard. But I love that. Tell you about that skills of beauty school translating into your singing career. We're going to get a couple days at Hardcore Warriors, which I'm super excited about.
Yes.
And a lot of veterans, people in life, even veterans, including my son, were trained in the military. And they get out and they don't transfer it. They don't use the transfer into the reality of life.
Yeah.
But there is. Everything there is. I was listening to this guy, Eric, on David Johnson's TV show. He said the same thing 2 weeks ago. It was so funny that last week. That he said the same thing. Everything he learned in his 24 years of service, he just translated it into, it was in a way, just translated it. And you said exactly that same veteran or a 20-year-old who has no idea what you want to do and just agrees to or whatever reason, take away light to your new life.
Yeah, I actually think too, I would say just in one thing, when I was 20, I didn't believe in my dreams. I think that was the biggest downfall. And so that's what I would tell any young person that would think about what is their career. Well, what do you wake up and want to do? Because if there's something that you can't not do, like if you wake up and the first thing on your mind is I need to sing songs, I mean, then that's a no-brainer. Because at the end of the day, or even, with the military stuff, my brother actually was a combat medic in the Army. And he tested in, he got really good test scores. He could have really went in for anything, but he knew he wanted to be a firefighter, which God bless him. He actually is going to be a Brentwood firefighter, which I'm just like so proud of him, but it's his biggest dream. He didn't want to settle. He's like, nope, that's all I want to do. So he served in our Army. And so our military is one of the most, for me, as even an artist, I respect people who served our country more than anything. I mean, and our police force, and just there's people out there who are serving to protect our freedom, and they're the reason why we have that freedom. So my hats are always off, and I always want to salute those that did that for us, So also that's why I'm so excited for this event. But so yeah, that's what I would say is like, it's just about some of it is I mean, of course, you can't just sit there and believe in yourself and not do any work, but I think it's the foundation that will give you the work ethic to do what you want to do. And if it's singing, if it's writing songs, if it's acting, if it's, being a firefighter, you just don't give up. I mean, my brother spent a long time trying to do this as well. And so, yeah, you just don't give up. You just keep going for it.
Yeah. And what did you cross that line? Because some people have a passion, hobby. This is their passion hobby. They're not. It's never going to be in their like hard to have their career. Mm-hmm. And then some really is like that is your career. That is what you need to do. Do you ever question yourself? Maybe I should keep this in mind. And you did it in the beginning. Question yourself, like now that you're established, you're in Nashville, you're actually doing it. Is there ever doubt that comes off you?
Of course. It's not, the thing that's funny about it is that it's more of a thought, because the thing about it, I've wondered this. I have friends that are very talented that just do it on the side. Like they're like they just play the guitar and they love it, but they have well, I shouldn't say regular jobs because it is a job to be a musician, but I'm just saying so, and I've thought about this, and I think the difference, at least for me, is that I do it around the clock. It's what I think about. It's all I want to do. It's in the shower. I'm still singing. I mean, if you followed me for a day, everything in my life is music. It's not necessarily just writing songs all day, but I sing a lot. I do write songs. I listen to songs. I'm dissecting songs. I'm obsessing. I want to know why and who and what the storyline is. And you know what I mean? And so it's like, it's my life. It's more than just, I like to do it here and there. It's kind of like, well, it's all I want to do. And I'm obsessed. It's like, it's almost a sickness. It's kind of weird. I don't know. I've almost sometimes wondered, but the doubt factor happens because I'm so admired by other people's talent. And I'm like, wow. I mean, geez, when you hear someone or you see a song that you're blown away by and you go, well, God, this person is so talented. And it makes me wonder, is this my calling? Are you sure this is my calling? Because, I mean, we all have different sounds or strengths or songs. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, of course, I think it's a human natural thing to compare ourselves sometimes. But that is definitely a fast track for me to start getting kind of doubtful or not feeling confident in myself. So it's not necessarily healthy to do it, but it does happen.
Well, it's going to happen. And you're cultivating your skill. That's what you say, that maybe that is what the difference is. We're constantly trying to evolve and make it better, and understand why you're doing these things. That's probably the distinguishing factor. Someone who just do it as a passion, and maybe someone who do it as a career and go to that next step that you like not master. You will always be trying to get better.
Yeah, and it's going to look different on anyone, or everyone. So I don't know. I mean, not everybody's going to like what I do, and I have to accept that as well. I mean, that's kind of part of the job. And so you're going to have both love and hate. And I guess, it's been said to me, and I have to believe this, that, it's not just a spiritual theory that we're supposed to live kind of somewhere in between, because we can't get up with the two highs and we can't get down with the two lows, because they're coming. You know what I mean? They're all coming. And sometimes with those big highs, I've experienced the worst lows simultaneously. It's the weirdest thing. Like the biggest successes I've had brought me some of the lowest stuff too. Isn't that weird? And I'm like, I don't know. I guess I wasn't sometimes expecting, but when I look at it, I'm like, you know what? That's why I have to strive to just kind of be in the middle, because, that's where we're supposed to live. It's somewhere in between those things. Like we think, oh, I'm either the best or I'm the worst. And it's like, no, it's somewhere in between that.
It is just like you're state of being, like somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
When you love hard, I love really hard. Well, I can pain just as much, like saying. And I'm pretty grateful you just stay there. You allow them to do now, because you don't want to just like
Yeah.
But you have control by those you live in a really powerful state of mind. Where you're not going on a roller coaster. That's not helpful.
No. And it'll make you really tired. You're like, okay, I'm exhausted.
Oh, it's me.
Exactly. God damn it, yes.
Oh, that is. You really how old are you? I have to ask. I was like, I didn't know. Like, she must be in her early 20s.
Oh, I wish I was in my early 20s, but I'm 30.
I'm
not trained that.
Still living that.
30 old. Yeah, I know. I turned dirty 30 in June, and I was pretty excited and also just terrified. I was like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah. It was big numbers. 20, cool. 30, hot. 40, you hit over 40. I was like, is this it? No. You're like,
oh my gosh.
Like, crap. But no. It's all good.
You look great.
Never go back. Love where you are. All those. Like, it was so great. Right? So excited to see you. Just like a few more days.
Yes.
Get to hear what Frank.
Hopefully I set the bar low. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
You will wow me. I know.
Thanks, Danny.
And we'll have to do, it's a little secret. We'll have to know, my partner in crime will be there. Oscar, my radio. He's going to do something, and I want to welcome him to do this. He is single. I'm just saying it's around Day. So, putting that out there.
Oh my God.
Bad. That's what you get. Before I let you go, I have last question. The first thing that comes to your mind, don't overthink it. Just put it out there. In this moment right now, Allie, what does love mean to you?
What does the what?
Love.
Oh, what does love mean? Love means being there and showing up no matter how you feel. And it's a commitment, and it's it's not always just a feeling. It might start that way, but I think it's beyond that, and it's just about persistence and being there and cultivating.
Love it.
Is that good?
And good. A plus.
What I've got to do. And sorry, okay, just kidding.
See?
Yeah, everything's a song. Everything's a song.
Thank you so much to everybody out there. Remember, always look hard, look pure, and love proactive. Until next time. Bye.
Aw.